Hey everybody, Marshall123X here, and welcome to my weekly Dragon Ball Super podcast, where I will be discussing the events of episode 89. I am once again flying solo this week, let me go ahead and address this. I'm very sorry how late this podcast is, guys. I've been entertaining guests the past couple of days and I have not had an opportunity to record, but I will do my best to make sure that never happens again. Also, I am flying solo because once again Gecko was not able to join me. Go ahead and wish him well, but he should be with me next week. Everything should be fine by next week. And if not, it'll be just me again, which we all love me, right? Me. Anyway, let's go ahead and quit wasting time and hop right into it. I will try to make this as fast and painless as possible, but remember, I have no one to, bounce off of, so this is more like a review, less of a discussion, so let's hop in. So the episode opens up with Goku, of course, looking for Tien and Master Roshi. He flies over to Kame House, discovers that Master Roshi is not actually there, but he is actually at Tien's dojo, which is like a martial arts temple as well. And that Master Roshi has been invited there as a honorary teacher, which makes sense. He is technically the best martial arts teacher in the world. So anyway, we cut over to Tien's temple, or Tien's dojo, and Tien has a lot of students, and it's pretty impressive. He has at least a dozen students, probably more. And Roshi's just there hanging out. Tien is actually trying to teach them how to use ki. And this technique, I think he's trying to teach them, is the ki flare. That's where they, widen their stance and yell really loud and power up. And you get that, flame of ki around them. I think he's trying to teach them that ability. They're having a rough time of it because, they're normal. They're normies. So anyway, but still, they're trying, and they seem like pretty cool, well-rounded students. So I think it's pretty cool that Tien's kind of not just sitting around punching trees all day. He's actually doing something productive, passing on knowledge, and is also kind of sort of training the next generation, like what could be the next generation of Z Warriors. I mean, you never know. I mean, it's just, it kind of feels good because it kind of goes back to the whole roots of the Dragon Ball series, way back in Dragon Ball when you saw a lot of temple training. But anyway, we cut to a cute little girl, but she looks like she's at least 18. Shows up at Tien's dojo looking for him. Of course, Master Roshi, noticing the girl, is acting very pervy, doing the whole I'm gonna grab your boobs thing, as he always does. And it turns out the girl's name is Yuri, and she says that she is seeking martial arts training because she heard that it's good for retaining her beauty. Tien, of course, refuses her because, it's not, martial arts should be taken seriously, not just, because for, fashion's sake. But Roshi tells Tien, hey, don't be such an asshole, don't be a stiff. He'll train her. He'll take her on and train her in, martial arts. So he literally scoops this little girl up, puts her on his shoulder, and runs off with her to give her a strict training session. Cut over to the training area, or cut over to where Tien is training his students. Goku finds the dojo and lands right in front of the students. And Tien dismisses his students because Goku's here. And what I thought was kind of weird about this was that the students don't seem even slightly taken aback that a man just flew across the sky and landed right in front of them. So I guess they must see a lot of this demonstrated by Chiaotzu and Tien and stuff. So I think it's that kind of just took me aback. You think they'd make a comment about it, but now they're like, oh, cool, this guy's here now. I just really thought they'd make a comment about that. But we cut over to Master Roshi, quote unquote, training Urine. Yes, her name's Urine. I probably said Yuri by accident. Her name's Urine. Not gonna comment on what that sounds like, but and he gives her a uniform, and it's actually like a half cut, like the top is like a robe, but it only has one sleeve and only one fold to cover her chest, and the other side is just like her bare arm and like her underdress. That's, you know, obviously like her bra basically, and it's a cute little like mini skirt underneath. So I thought that was pretty funny that he's making her wear this. It's not really that revealing, but you know, of course, Master Roshi, being the dirty old man he is, even showing that amount of flesh drives him wild. Roshi then gets sort of a serious look on his face and says that he must to begin the lesson, he must purify her inner inner wickedness. Now then she has some inner dialogue. She seems to think that Master Roshi has actually caught on to her true intentions, which obviously, you know, this goes without saying that she wasn't obviously there just to receive any training. She obviously has ulterior motives, because she actually refers to Tien as the three-eyed baldy, so she has some malice for him. But just as she's trying to put on an act like, oh, you know, I have no wickedness in me, Roshi points to her butt and chest and says the wickedness is overflowing from those areas, but to fear not, because he will remove them for her. And he begins to chase her around, you know, having the old, you know, no, don't touch me, yeah, I'm a pervert kind of thing, as she runs from Master Roshi around the room they're in. Goku, we cut back to, no, we don't cut back anyway. Goku pokes his head in the room in order to speak to Roshi, but notices that he's chasing this girl around, does nothing, and said that he will save Roshi for later, and then he just leaves, close the door. And I got this thought, it's like, did Goku just ignore a potential rape victim? I mean, I don't mean to make light of rape or make jokes about rape, but I mean, he was chasing this girl around. I don't know. That's just a thought I had. It's probably a really stupid thought too. So we cut to Goku sitting and drinking tea with Tien, and of course he invites Tien to join Universe 7's team. And of course, for filler's sake, because of filler logic, Tien refuses because he says he can't leave his students. Cut to Yorin, who had escaped from Master Roshi. She comes across Tien's students and pulls out this stack of talismans. And she basically we cut back to Goku and Tien, and a man from the village that Tien lives near tells Tien that his students are ransacking the town, and basically we cut back to the town. Goku uses the transmission. They all go over to the town, and all of Tien's students have been transformed into Jiangshis, which are basically Chinese vampires slash zombies slash ghosts slash ghoulish specters of spoopy origin. And what it is every single one of them has one of these magical talismans on his forehead, covering his face. And these talismans are, of course, the source of this. Then we jump to a short scene with Kaba confronting Caulifla, which is his former captain's sister, and asks if she will join the tournament. After some dialogue and him showing off what the Super Saiyan transformation, she agrees to join, but only if she can teach her how to become a Super Saiyan, because she is interested in the Super Saiyan form and taking it beyond, because he told her about how you can become stronger, you can become even more powerful than Super Saiyan, regular Super Saiyan. Back to Goku and the others. Roshi, of course, states that the talismans are what's controlling them, and that's if that isn't obvious enough, they must be removed in order to free them. Okay, cool. That was probably established. Even those who don't even know the slightest thing about the lore of Jiangshi could probably tell that would probably help. And then we finally figure out what Yurin's motives are. Obviously, turns out that she was a former student from the Crane School and was angry at Tien for leaving the Crane Dojo without fighting her. And that's it. That's the pretty loose backstory. She was a Crane student. Tien left and obviously went to train with Master Roshi, and she got mad, and that's it, because he didn't fight her, and she was real little at this point. She couldn't have been older than maybe 6, 7 years old. So Roshi states that he'll take on Urien as Goku, Tien, and Chiaotzu attempt to help the students by removing the talismans. Roshi and Urien square off, and of course Urien is absolutely no match for Roshi. Roshi was easily tanking her hits and wasn't feeling them because Roshi's a badass. He's a hard knuckled martial artist, and he started easily dodging her attacks. And then when she became frustrated, Roshi made the comment that he's gonna have to go on the offensive, and he takes a small step forward, and she, of course, being scared and intimidated, falls flat on her butt, and it actually, with her skirt lifted up, she could actually see, she falls flat on her butt and with her skirt up by accident, and Roshi gets a peek at her panties, which, according to Roshi, they are striped. And while he's distracted, and this was of course by accident, it wasn't like she flashed her panties at him, she proceeded to kick him in the Garden of Good and Evil, and he falls over and is knocked out temporarily. She then takes the opportunity to place a talisman on his forehead, turning him into a Jiangshi, or a Zambi. Let's say Zambi. Turns him into a Zambi as well. So the others are aware of this. They see this happen. Goku, Tien, and Chiaotzu. And Tien says that he'll take on Roshi. So him and Roshi square off. Roshi, of course, hulks out like he always does. Tien takes his shirt off, and he is still jacked like a fucking broken car. This guy's got shoulders that would fucking... shoulders that you could probably park a car on, you know what I'm saying? And he actually uses an old technique from way back in the Dragon Ball days, and that's the four-arm technique where he sprouts 2 arms out of his back. But Roshi just completely decimates him, overpowers him, and I'm not sure if this is from this power is his natural abilities or if it's from the spell Yuri is casting on him, because Yuri actually begins chanting this spell, which flares up the aura around Master Roshi and makes him more powerful. So Roshi is getting ready to finish off Tien after he knocked him to the ground with a powerful Kamehameha. Goku, of course, steps in, saves Tien by flicking the Kamehameha away, and says, I'm gonna take on Master Roshi. Don't worry, I'll handle this. So then Goku, now Roshi has switched opponents 3 times at this point now. Or was it twice? Twice at this point. So now Goku is fighting Master Roshi, and they actually clash fists. Now Goku stays in a powered up based form. He does not go Super Saiyan to fight Roshi, but he does make the comment that Roshi, he's very impressed with how much power Roshi has. He says, in fact, Roshi's punches are actually causing his hands to tingle. He's hitting them hard. He's hitting Goku's hands so hard that his hands are actually numbing and becoming tingly. So that's a pretty jacked old man right there. But Goku makes the statement that he can't, he wishes to fight him longer, but there's no time for all that. Gotta take care of the situation. So Goku flies way up into the air and says, I'm leaving it to you, Tien. And he powers up a big, powerful Kamehameha and aims it at Roshi. Tien then instructs Chiaotzu to limit Urien's movements for a moment. And he took this as to flipping her skirt up. So that's what he does. Chiaotzu uses his psychic abilities to flip Urien's skirt up. And this whole time she was making a seal with her hands and doing this chant. But as soon as her skirt flies up, she of course lets go of this hand seal and pushes her skirt down. It's no, don't look, what I'm saying? Because, her skirt's up on her belly, you can see her panties. This of course temporarily weakens Roshi. Goku busts him in the head with a nice stiff Kamehameha. Not a strong one, not a super powerful one. But enough to disintegrate and knock off the talisman on his forehead. Knocking him out. Hooray, all the Jiangshi are released, all the zombies are released, everybody's back to normal. Urien gets angry, of course, and vows to get stronger and to beat Tien one day, but instead of letting her leave, Tien actually invites her to train at the dojo to become stronger. That way she will be able to fight him all the time if she wants. And she agrees and apologizes to the village and everyone else for being a little spoiled brat about everything. And then, seemingly from nowhere, I mean, he has a reason for it, but Tien agrees to join Universe 7's team in the Tournament of Power, seemingly because he's getting he thinks he's getting 10 million zenny, which he's going to use to repair the town that his students had actually laid waste to. And Roshi just overhears the 10 million zenny. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll join in. Fuck yeah, I want that money." So with that, it means that Universe 7's team is now complete, having all 10 fighters. And that is Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Krillin, 17, 18, Boo, Piccolo, Tien, and Master Motherfucking Roshi. And that is the entirety of Universe 7's team. Finally, we have all 10 fighters. So hopefully we can get past these filler episodes here very soon. There's going to be one more filler episode, and that is the next. I think this is going to be the last filler episode, I think. Don't quote me on that. This next one will be the last filler, quote-unquote filler episode. This is actually going to be Goku and Gohan's sparring match, because apparently Gohan has found a new power. So I would really like to see how strong Gohan gets. So I'm really, really excited to see that. I like crazily excited to see that. But other than that, there's not much else that happened in this the episode. I'm gonna try my best not to ramble anymore, guys. We do have a winner for the comment spotlight, and it is once again Mr. James Porter. James Porter says, "Great podcast, Marshall. Get well soon, Gek. #hugs. Yes, send Gecko all your hugs so he can feel better." Little known fact that Gecko's ninja powers actually run on hugs, so send him lots and lots of hugs to hope he gets better. Thank you very much, James, for commenting once again. I want to invite you guys to please participate in our comment spotlight. All you have to do is go down to the comment section below the video and make a comment. You know, tell us your thoughts, ideas, theories about the podcast or the Dragon Ball Super itself, and we will pick our favorite one, and you will be featured in a future podcast. So get on down there and do it, guys. I want to thank you all so much for listening to me and putting up with me being solo once again. Hopefully it won't happen again. But other than that, I'm rambling, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in again, and I will see you next time.